Hello and welcome back. I want to talk to you today about a little phrase, be still and know I am God, and the gold that is packed into there. But before we dive in, if you're interested in having better health, wealth and relationships, not necessarily in that order, and you like my channel, subscribe to my channel and check out the show notes for other ways that we can connect. Anyway, let's dive right in. Be still and know that I'm God. What does this actually mean? What is it pointing us to? Now, what I really like to do here on this channel is to use real life stuff. You know, I live this stuff. I don't just talk about it, I live it. I use it with my relationships, my kids, my finances, all of these things. I actually use this stuff. So I like to use real life examples. So what has been pointed to here in Be Still and Know I Am God is a power that you have within you. There is one source of everything that you see manifested out in the world, everything you see in your life, everything you see everywhere has come from this one source, and this one source is within you. So when you get quiet, when you calm down, when you stop pushing and resisting and feeling triggered and anxious, when all of these things subside in you, this power is there present. It's what is left. So what's been pointed to in Be Still and Know That I'm God is to see the sense in dropping all of that rubbish and nonsense that we pick up in our lives that cover that up. So let's dive in a little bit more deeply to this. So one of the first things is, in the Western world, in the way that we live our lives, we put a lot of store in the form, by stuff that has been manifested, stuff that we can see, houses, cars, relationships, other people, money, wealth, our health, how our bodies look, what we look like. We put a lot of store in form, and there is nothing wrong with that. But it is knowing that all form comes about from our spiritual nature. Spirituality is our true reality, and what we see manifested in the form is simply a manifestation of that truth. Now, what we often do when things go wrong, you know, if our relationships go wrong, if we haven't got enough money for something, or if our health isn't great, we look out here and kind of say, what can we do? You know, if it's a relationship thing, I need to talk to this person, I need to speak to them, there needs to be better communication, they need to be different, all of these kinds of things. If we have a health issue, we look to, you know, what are we doing out here in the world? What's going on with our health? What are we eating? What's going on with it? You know, what are we doing in form about our health? And when we see things about our money, you know, it's like, can we get a better job? Can we run our own business? Can we do something different to bring in more money? And so all of that is just like shifting the form around, when the reality is that our spirituality is the true reality. And if we want to create sustainable change, we need to be looking there. We need to be being still and knowing we are God, coming back here, because this is where true change takes place. So how do we do that on a really practical level? You know, when we're in these places, when stuff is going on, how do we actually do that? Well, the first thing is actually what we can stop doing. When we get into fear and anxiety and we take actions from those places, we're actually taking, those things are never going to create the things that we want in our life, because those things are coming from a lower vibration, a lower level of consciousness in us. They are bringing to life things we don't want in the world. So if we come back to the phrase that we're looking at here, be still and know I am God, it is, we are being asked to go in that direction, to actually come back from a place, stop putting up resistance, stop fighting. If we have a fearful thought, whatever it is about, whether it is our health, our you know, something to do with our finances, whether it is anything to do with our relationships, if we have a thought that creates a fearful or a scared reaction, if it feels like it's triggering us and we don't like that thought, the be still and know it's God is asking us to be still with that thought, be present with that thought. Don't resist it, don't push it away, don't try to not think it, don't do any of those things. Just be still, be calm, stop resisting, allow, be in a space of allowance, and then be still and know I am God. It is to look in the direction of what we know about God. And when we actually read our Bibles, one of the first things that God tells us about himself is that he is creative. Like, God is omnipresent, God is the allness of everything, the source of all things, the creative essence of this entire universe. There are many, many ways that we could describe this, this God, what it is. But the first thing that God talks about is creativity. So when we look in the direction, when we get still, when we stop resisting in these ways, we are asked to look in the direction of truth, look in the direction of who we are, look inside us to our own inner knowing, to our own inner creativity, because that's where God, that's where this power is. It is within us. So when we stop that pushing and shoving and resisting, when we just get still and allow, the feeling that is coming up, the trigger, the fear, any of those things, when we stop taking actions from that level of consciousness, from that is going on within us, when we just reach that calm place, we are actually looking past that, and we are looking towards the deeper truth that is within us. We are looking towards the God entity within us, and looking in that direction, what that does is that gives us the power to take action if action is needed in a genuine direction that is going to take us, that is going to create what it is we actually want. Whereas if we try to take actions from that fearful, even if we try to resist, if we push away those feelings, if we do any of those things, we are fighting. We are not stilling ourselves and looking to God. We are fighting, we are pushing, we are arguing, we are living in that fear, taking action from that fear. All of those things are going to take us in the wrong direction. All of those things are just literally, if they do anything, they're just going to be moving around things that are already in form. Whereas if we truly want to step into the power of who we are, step into our creative essence, the God entity within us, if we get still, as I said, sit with, allow, be with that feeling can't do anything. It's already done what it's going to do. And there is something on the other side of that. There is something we can look in the direction of truth and God. And amazing things come when we do that. Okay, I'll be back again soon with another video to point you in this direction. As I said, check the show notes for any ways that we can connect. And if there's any way that you would like to dive deeper with me on this, take care. Have an amazing day. Bye.